For 40 years, she was known only as Judy Doe, a girl found in the woods by Lake Dorr in Florida. She was young, maybe 16. She wore a shirt that said, "Here comes trouble." And for decades, no one knew her name, and no one claimed her body. But now, thanks to, what's the testing?
DNA.
Well, kind of familial DNA.
Oh, it's genealogical DNA.
Yes. We now know who she was. Rebecca Sue Hill, Hill, Hill. I can't talk today. She was a teenager from Arkansas who disappeared into paperwork and bad luck. And in the middle of her story, though, is a killer who couldn't stop talking and a man who confessed to murders across 4 states. The question isn't just whether he killed her, it's why she was forgotten for so long and maybe someone else killed her. We don't know. It's kind of a messed up case this week.
Yeah, she basically lived in Arkansas and then somehow her body was found in Florida. I mean, my first thought process, how did she get to Florida? I mean, how? I mean, did she hitchhike? Did she get in a car with somebody? I mean, she was in the paper, the Democrat Gazette, and I pulled, I like to read the paper, and I saw that, and I thought, I feel kind of bad for that. Put the paper aside for a future podcast. Yeah. And then we brought it up, and I'm like,
but she was forgotten. She was forgotten forever.
Yeah.
For 40 years?
40 years. It was like so strange because, she, seemed, we don't know anything about her family life much. I mean, her sisters talked to us, is quoted in the paper, saying that she had a lot of fevers as a child, which made her seem to be a little bit on the slow side.
I've got the fever. I've had a lot of fevers myself. And
that she was very trusting.
So back in 1984, they found a body of a girl off a dirt road. She was partially closed, but she was extremely decomposed.
Yes, extremely. But it's just Florida. I mean, it's hot. Things doesn't take long for a body to decompose. But this was in 84 and she went missing in 81. So my question is
where was she all that time?
Was she there and nobody found her? And the paper was telling about some hikers found her. And but it makes me think did somebody just keep her hostage for a while? Did she? Why was it so long for her to be discovered? I mean, I don't know this part of Florida, but was it pretty rural and isolated, or was the body just not in an area that could easily be seen from a hiking path? I mean, it's just kind of, how long was she there is my question.
Yeah. What is this? The LCSO in the Florida Department of
Investigation, I guess.
Yeah. They never found. The problem was there was a bunch of serial killers still operating, and a couple of very high profile ones.
Yeah,
as well. So that was when they discovered this person. They thought it was somebody else, and they thought it was somebody else, and they thought she was 3 different women at the time as well.
Yeah, and they also contributed her to two particular serial killers at the time. That it's they didn't really, I don't want to say they didn't want to try to find out who she was, but they kind of just assumed that she was linked to the Playboy killer, correct?
I think is that the race car guy?
Yeah, from Australia.
Yeah, what was his name?
Wilder.
Okay, who was the other guy? Oh man. See, it's so nuanced inside of this that it's very difficult to understand who's doing what. There's so much going on. This is one of the deepest dives with the most information that I've pulled up so far. On the one girl here in Bella Vista, there's nothing.
Yeah,
they don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to talk to you at all.
No, but I get it. But at the same time, it's we're just trying to help.
Yeah, well, more than that, there's this one. I was just able to pull up fact after fact after fact after fact, and I think it demonstrates a lot the difference between a state like Arkansas, who's somewhat secretive.
Yeah, unfortunately,
in a state like Florida.
Which is why they get called Florida Man. They'll have to tell you everything other than what's important and pertinent to the investigation.
Yeah.
Catch someone.
Well, and yeah, their state law is that all the information has to be completely revealed immediately. No waiting.
Which, I mean...
That's why Florida Man exists.
Yeah. But this Christopher Wilder guy, which is interesting, though, is the timing and location. They just assumed that this Judy Doe was one of his victims because, you know, he was around the Daytona Beach area and around
killed people all the way from Washington to Rhode Island.
Yeah, he was the race car guy from Australia.
Nobody knows about him either these days.
No, I didn't really know about him either, but they said he got killed in a shootout on April 13th, 1984 in New Hampshire.
Yeah. And Florida spent a lot of time trying to give the guys in New Hampshire a bunch of awards for catching this guy.
Yeah, I guess he must have been, done a lot in order to be like, have the cops want to like send him a cake and a thank you card.
Yeah, oh my gosh. So, but the timing with the location, the FBI came in and assumed that was one of his girls.
Which is kind of sad, but at the same time, I get it. But it's like, you can't assume that. Something has to be, leads you to who did it. You can't, maybe, how many other cases out there have they assumed that have gone with this guy that maybe he didn't? And
now that, and they're still trying to find other victims of this guy.
Wow.
But here's the thing: during this entire time, I'm moving outside of our little outline here. During the entire time, I feel like it's important to talk about the family right now.
Yeah,
because they're like, "Where's my sister?" And I guess her brother, he went to the military, right?
He went to the military, and I guess one of his sister's last words to him was, "Please don't leave me," which. It was talked about in the newspaper how haunting that is. And I can imagine from a family member hearing that and then knowing that is very just chilling, you know, if you think about it.
Well, he didn't have any idea what happened to her.
No, and when he came home, I guess on leave, he made a bunch of missing posters, flyers, and was hanging them out all around downtown Little Rock, and nobody really knew anything about her or where she went or what happened. I mean, here's like the strange thing. She lives in Arkansas and then she's found in Florida. How did she get there?
Yeah.
But her sister also made a comment about how, you know, and it's also been saying the family, you know, is just, you know, trying to get, not want to say downplay it, but trying to deny that she was hanging around track stops at one point in time. And they suspected that maybe she was a street worker. And I mean, the father was quoted in saying that, and the rest of the family members are like, no, that's not what it was. I mean, nobody wants to admit.
The father is like, it sounded like they had a really bad relationship.
Yeah, she had a stepmother, and I guess her sister, Strickland, her last name, was quoted as saying that she could tell her sister was upset, and she assumed it had something to do with the stepmom.
And on top of it, so I guess, though, too, part of the reason why it went bad is because Little Rock police, was it Little Rock? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, Little Rock, yeah.
Little Rock police thought they found her.
Yes, that's true. They thought they found her. But
that just threw everything, that broke everything.
But my thing is you say you found her, but I guess this must have been in the early 80s, so DNA testing wasn't a thing. So did they have dental records? I mean, you just...
you know, it doesn't really go into the research on it, just says that Little Rock PD misidentified her.
Which I guess I would hope that they would, you know.
So a couple of years went by before anybody began looking for her.
Yeah.
Because they thought they found her. But the entire time she was probably alive and running around.
Could be, yeah.
No, she had to have been because they found her before 84. The misidentified body.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? And so it's just another. That's why I was saying in the intro. This case it's dominated by bad paperwork.
Yeah, she got lost in the file.
She got lost in the file, so they didn't they weren't looking for her. They stopped looking for her, even though she was alive. So some of the theories are that she's being trafficked, right?
Which, I mean, sex trafficking has been around longer than what we are aware of. I mean...
Well, yeah, that's like, you know, the first thing ever.
But if you think about it, if she's a very trusting individual. She's what, between 16 and 17 years old when she went missing?
Yeah.
She's very trusting. She trusts a lot of people. She wants friends. Her sister quoted in the newspaper saying that they lived in the country and they didn't have a lot of friends and she just wanted to be accepted. Maybe she just went somewhere and someone just took advantage of that trusting
Or maybe
innocence.
she just didn't care. She strung out on PCP, heroin, whatever. Or, she's smoking weed and drinking, and they're paying for everything. So she thought, this is fine. All I have to do is a little bit of the, oldest profession work, and I get everything handed to me that I ever wanted.
Maybe, but I don't know. That's a good point, but I would like to think, I guess in my head, I would like to think that she's just got taken advantage of and just took with the wrong guy.
I'm not saying that she didn't get taken advantage of. I'm just saying that she allowed them to take advantage of her.
I guess I didn't read anything about any drugs involved, but I guess it is the early.
Well, they wouldn't know because she was declared dead.
That's true. But their family doesn't talk much other than the one article I read about her sister and her brother in the paper, like her mom or her dad.
The dad doesn't give
stepdad.
two flips, does he?
Well, I don't want to say that. I'd like to hope that he does.
It seems like, let's caveat this. It seems like her dad doesn't give two flips. I don't even know if he's still alive. He could be dead. Probably no.
Probably he is, I would imagine.
Yeah, misidentification in 1981. 1981, Rebecca's family was told that another set of remains were hers. And they didn't even know for the longest time. That's probably why Florida didn't put it together as well.
But they
weren't looking because she's the other girl.
They had to have in the end, or how else would they have found her in genealogy?
Well, they must have eventually figured out that she wasn't her. Is what I'm assuming here, and that's not in the facts. We're not able to see that, and we'd have to FOIA Arkansas, which means we'll get absolutely zero.
Right.
Arkansas just will not give up the information.
I get it. There's probably some,
but it's an old case. It's long. They shouldn't be holding on to it that tight.
This day and age, look at the Golden State Killer guy. He got caught through that. They don't want to mess up and say something or have something skewed. So they're going to keep everything close to the chest.
Yeah.
You never know when a deathbed confession or something happens and something, somebody says something and it busts wide open. But this one's just so strange, I think.
Yeah. So we don't know when she was declared oops by Arkansas. That's not her. Yeah.
My thing is how did you mess that up from the beginning? We have dental records.
If her teeth were jacked up back then, not everybody went to the dentist, and if she was on crack or methamphetamine, good luck keeping those teeth intact.
Well, yeah.
And she might not have ever had dental work for all we know.
True.
So, but, so she's lost in the mix, right? She's mistaken. Her body's mistaken for somebody else.
Yep. And
who was killed by the Roaning character?
Yeah,
I guess
Michael Roaning. He actually was convicted in Arkansas for murdering Diana Hanley.
No, the Roaning is the guy that that police think did it.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's the other guy that they thought did it. So, what's his face?
Yeah, Michael. Is it Michael Roaning?
Michael Roaning is the guy they think did it.
Yeah.
But the problem with Michael Roaning, so let's just make sure we walk into this here. Henry Lee Lucas, he's one of these guys that claims that he killed 200 people. Right?
Also, I don't think he did that.
No, he didn't. But Henry Lee Lucas is the prime example of a guy who cops to everything.
Wasn't he the one where they
out of Texas,
and they brought him to all these different jurisdictions, and he was getting nice attention by coughing up and saying stuff on cases?
Yeah, that's exactly. He was one of these guys. His attention. And it turns out that he killed 3 people, but they barely knew he killed those 3. But they couldn't hardly believe his confession because he copped to over 200.
Yeah, I read something or listened to something on him, and they ended up disproving a lot of his stuff because he couldn't. They tried to prove through crime scene photos, DNA, probably not so much DNA then, but like something he would say that was not matching with the actual crime scene photos.
And the Ottis Toole, isn't it the guy that didn't kill anybody? He just copped everyone. That's another one.
Isn't he also the one with the Walsh child?
Maybe.
I think so. It started, America's Most Wanted.
So the problem that you've got now is not only is she lost in the system, so they're not looking for her when she's dead.
And then everyone else is
copping to that murder of that girl who they don't know who it is, and they can't prove anything. And now they've got 3 or 4 people trying to say they did it. And they've got no clue who this person is because they're not looking, because Arkansas, Little Rock has decided that she's dead in 81. She didn't get killed till 84.
Well, we don't know, technically.
Even the advanced state of decomposition, if her shirt was there when they found her.
So more than likely, she probably was alive a while, because if she died in 81 and they found her in 84, she'd be a skeleton.
Yeah, she'd be a skeleton. The shirt would be gone.
That's true.
Because the bugs would eat the shirt.
Yeah, so more than likely, she disappeared in 81 and probably hung out with whoever took her for a while.
Yeah, 3 weeks to 6 months she was in Ocala, because it's just like here, but all the time. It was 90 degrees, 80 to 90% humidity. A dead carcass of anything is going to last about 3 weeks and it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
Now, so this was in April. It was a little cooler, not quite as hot. Right, it's mid-state Florida, so it's not Miami, which is going to kill you from the heat. So it was probably 80 to 90 most during the day, and 60 to 75 during the night.
True.
And the humidity, we know Florida, the humidity is going to be 90%, 80%.
But from a girl who is so trusting in an environment like that, wouldn't she try to reach out to her family?
Not if she didn't want to be around them.
True.
The biggest gap that I think there is with this girl is the fact that there isn't any records about anything. Because back in 1979, 1980, 1981, right, before she left, there was no DHS, Department of Human Services, like there is today. They didn't document it. They didn't care.
I don't know when DHS came around in Arkansas. That's a really good question. I could probably ask my CASA supervisor, to be honest.
Even if it existed then, they didn't care. They left wives in abusive homes. You beat her a little bit, but you didn't break her bones or make her bleed. Okay, don't worry about it. That's the 70s, especially in rural Oklahoma.
I mean, Arkansas?
And Oklahoma and Arkansas. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now we're past the Me Too movement where, it's gone. It's I think it's good, though, that we've been, we've evolved since then. But I don't know. Guess something maybe happened with her family and things like that. And you think that she just went, oop, I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Makes the most sense to me for her not to contact them again. Just didn't care, because for all intents and purposes, we have to assume she did it on her own free will, because we don't have any proof of trafficking.
That's true, but think about it, though. She told her brother, please don't leave me. Why would you say that to your brother who's going off to college? Going off to the Army. It
makes sense to me, because if her brother was the only one nice to her and dad was abusing her, maybe dad was, sexually abusing her.
Yeah.
Please don't leave me. You're the only person that protects me, because when you're in the house, he doesn't touch me. That's common.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's probably... I don't know if that's a scenario, if he was sexually abusing her or just beating the crap out of her.
I mean, we'll never know, because the family's not really saying a whole lot.
He's just really mean verbally. Some ladies, I know a few that are very within my circle, that if you have, say, one little tiny thing wrong, they get all mad at me for like a year. And I'm like, grow up. But some people are very sensitive.
Yeah, that's true. We don't. Whatever happened to her, whatever her life,
we have no way of knowing.
We have no way of knowing, but we don't want to accuse anyone out there who may know her or know her family. We're not accusing anything.
Sounds like her brother and her sister were there to protect her. More her brother than her sister.
Yeah,
his sister was younger than her, wasn't she?
I got the impression from the paper older, but I could be wrong.
Okay, so we don't know. Say. It didn't say. So the facts. The facts in Arkansas always seem to be not on anyone's side. I don't know I'm finding this out as we do more Arkansas cases. It's like, are we going to try? You know?
I don't know what goes on in the mind of the police department, but I'm sure in bigger cities, they are very overwhelmed and very underfunded. And, they have to pick priorities and what's going to,
But Arkansas just doesn't talk about anything.
No, they don't talk about anything, which is probably why we're so far behind and so, compared to everyone else in the country.
I'm over here telling Andrew, louder, louder, louder. She keeps fading off into, she talks like this all the time.
Oh, quit.
I got the limiters on. You have to speak up or they can't hear you. Won't record it.
Yeah.
You're falling below the limiters. Anyway. So, this guy, Henry Lee Lucas, Ottis O'Toole, Tommy Lynn Sells, we know him, right? He's a fantasy maker. All these guys were copping to all these murders. So it's like, she just fell through the cracks completely.
Yeah, completely.
The biggest linchpin for it, though, was the fact that Little Rock claimed she was dead. And if they wouldn't have claimed she was dead, they might have figured out who she was faster.
And if they didn't claim she was already dead in 81, they might have been able to find her alive.
That's true, too. But only if she wanted to be found.
That's true.
So, we're assuming a lot. We have to remember the other side of the coin is maybe she was happy with it. There's biker chicks out there. Bikers, the Hell's Angel bikers, guys. Those guys like to own their women. Not saying all of them do that, but it's a pretty good assumption. It's like you see Sons of Anarchy. We're talking about the TV show Sons of Anarchy. It's such crap. Those biker gangs would never let a woman run their finances and run their show. Just absolutely not. That's not what the culture's about.
I'm glad I'm not an expert in this. I don't have any idea.
This is why I quit riding motorcycles. I was like, I don't want to be around the crowd. Seriously. I don't want to do it. I'm done. I'm out.
I get it.
So, with all these things going on, she's just completely. If they would have thought she was alive, then maybe somebody would have said to Florida, "We got a missing girl." Matches your description, but they're not going to tell Florida, and Florida's not going to pay attention to it because she's already dead.
Correct.
But she's not. So, that's kind of what happened with here. It's what broke it all.
But my thing is whoever this person was that put it together, that, hey, they obviously had to reach out to the family or they had to do something to get that genealogical DNA to be able to prove that it was her. Somebody had to have realized something to make her have a name again, a voice again.
Well, just like you talk about the Golden State Killer, they just plugged it in, and somebody who was on the DNA site for medical reasons or trying to find a cousin, boom, pop for the Golden State Killer.
Yeah.
That's how they found him. The people that are on the DNA site aren't necessarily trying to catch killer.
If you think about it, though, if you're just like her sister's just living her normal life, living her dream or whatever, and gets a phone call from Florida saying, I'd like your DNA, that's got to be jarring.
Is that the way it happened? Or I think it just pulled it off the big database people donate to, didn't they?
I don't know how that works. I'm guessing but you have to 100%. So I read something in the paper about how they said it's 100% match. So I think they contacted her.
Well, if the DNA's in the system, it doesn't matter if she's already given global consent. That's what I'm thinking.
See if I could find it in here.
But anyway, so she was, the person of interest has always been Michael Haroldson, but his real name was Michael Roaning. Unfortunately, this man's dead, thank God. But it took till 2022 for him to die off. He was convicted of the murder of Diana Lynn Hanley in 1984 in Arkansas, which is interesting because he killed her, right, in 84. But did he also kill the girl in Florida in 84? That's their person of interest.
Yeah, that's...
It takes, it only takes 3 days to get from Florida to Arkansas, especially back then.
Is this the guy that they think that he...
Michael Roaning.
Yeah, that he basically left the area literally 10 days after her body was found in 84?
I believe so.
Or am I thinking of a different guy?
No, this is the guy. He was president. They proved that he was in Lake County, Florida in April of 84. And he wouldn't talk about it at all. But what he was doing, he was trading secrets for leniency.
Which I'm sure that's what they do. I mean, that's what, criminals are going to try to find the best outcome for themselves.
Yeah. So he killed Diana Lynn Hanley in 84 in Arkansas. We assume he killed Rebecca Sue Hill in 84 in Florida. He's a person of interest, right? But in Michigan, Patricia Maggie Hume or Patricia Rosansky in 83, he confessed and then withdrew the confession. This guy.
Really?
Yeah. And in Texas, he confessed to Annette Melia, 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 and Melissa Jackson. 2 people. Wow. From 82 to 83. He confessed to those, but they couldn't verify it. I don't know. The details are sketchy on who these people are that he said that he killed. And it becomes tough because they never went to court for it. He says he did it. He retracted one. And then, so this guy's, that's why I was wondering, that's why I brought up the guys with the ones that confessed to stuff they didn't do for leniency, because that's what he's trading in.
He's trading in secrets to give himself either off the death penalty.
Off the death penalty.
Or, less time if he behaves.
That's exactly what he's doing.
But I mean, you can't just take a straight confession from someone. That would be nice and simple. Be like, hey, I did it. I'm sorry. Here's my confession. But you need to verify that what they're saying is truth.
Exactly.
Based upon whatever you have collected from the scene or whatever you have on this person that's passed. You can't just assume.
Exactly. And for some reason, we assume a lot of this stuff, don't we?
Well, they assumed that she was dead in 81. That makes me think, how did you declare that? You didn't even try. We can't find anything if they tried. Right.
I keep hitting my watch on the desk. Bonk. The dogs are barking again. So the problem is the chain of evidence. There is no chain of evidence that exists from 84 to now, because there's nothing to see.
I guess, can you pull DNA off a t-shirt and that kind of stuff?
Well, sure. But can you pull her DNA off his t-shirt that he hasn't worn since 84 and probably burned in Florida if he was half smart at all? Right?
I don't know how that would work when you find something like that. Maybe things are too degraded. You can't run them to even get a DNA sample.
Exactly. I guess, the brother, he was Eddie Hill, her brother, the guy. Yeah, when he finally found the news out, and this is just recent. This just happened to figure out this was her.
Yeah.
They just figured it out.
Which is it's kind of sad for the family because, they have to mourn her loss like all over again. You think you have it taken care of. We know where she's at. We know where she's buried. But the poor victim they misidentified hopefully found out who she is.
We don't know where she's at now. Wait, that's something the newspapers didn't say. Was she buried as a Jane Doe or cremated?
She was buried, and I think they said something in here about how they're wanting to move her.
Yeah, they need to.
That they're upset that she's not, in Arkansas. But, they're not, that's kind of not cheap for a family.
The brother says that they, in the newspaper, in WESH, on TV program for the channel WESH, he said they don't know how she got to Florida. And they don't know when she got to Florida. And they don't even know why. They don't even know why she left. And this is what he said just a few days ago, whenever they called and started talking to him about this.
Wow.
He's never had an idea. And he said now he's getting gut punched again, because the first time was in 81, when the Little Rock cops said she's dead. And now, oh, by the way, that wasn't her. She's dead now. Yeah.
That's, you're reliving all that all over again. And guilt you must have, or like they don't even know her story. They don't know anything other than here she is. She died. They can get no closure.
Yeah.
You know, closure is such a word that has so many different meanings
It's
to
also
people.
kind of dumb too. You don't really get closure because you still have to live with the person's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she's buried in Florida. So they don't even like, you can't go see her or put flowers down there. They can exhume her, but maybe not. Maybe this is still an open case. Maybe you can't have her exhumed. I mean, I don't know how the rules or laws are on that, but
yeah. You know, when they talked to the cops, the guy opened up the case file and he said the reason they know he was in Florida is because he was actually stopped by police on April 17th.
Wow.
In Florida.
So they have, without a shadow of a doubt, he was there.
Yeah, they gave him a ticket and a whole day, a whole thing. One day before her remains were found. So he'd already killed her. And still running around Florida.
I mean, I get the impression that he's probably done this several times before and he just thinks he's hot, you know.
But again, did he actually do it?
Or is it just happenstance that he's in the area? He
wouldn't cop to it because there wasn't anything else he could get out of it because he'd already got the death penalty removed for the Texas ones.
Yeah, so
what else is he's not going to get commuted.
No.
What, he needs more yard time? No, that's not going to happen.
So why would you as a criminal, obviously more than likely you don't have any sense of remorse or heart to yourself. So why would you want to confess that?
So yeah, he did try to barter for this. In 2024, a murder mystery, The Grim Reaper by AY Magazine. They cited Roaning's attempts to barter information about a quote unquote body in Lake County for leniency.
Really?
Yeah, but he got leniency for a different case and he quit talking.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it doesn't mean anything. You know what it took me whenever I went on newspapers.com, which is one of these page subscription things. I went on there and this is the Ocala National Forest, right? Middle Florida, most of middle Florida. There's so many bodies found in Ocala in 84. There's at least 6.
Well, they had that one guy running around the
race car guy.
I don't know why.
He killed somebody down there.
Yeah. And they had, Toole. They had all these people running around. So if you think about it, I mean.
And Bundy. 84 was when Bundy was down there.
Well, I think it was early.
He was in the Panhandle, but like in 79, wasn't it?
I'd have to look it up, but I know it was in the early 80s he was there, and he did to Kimberly Ann Leach and all the other people, that's what got him convicted. Yeah,
and that's what I mean. He was there too. So there's bodies showing up everywhere in Ocala. And because it's such a large forest.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you're going to pick it where it's not easily easily be found.
And so we're not just talking about Lake County where she was found. I'm also, these other bodies were found in other counties around the forest.
Yeah.
So it's not like Lake County is a dump for serial killers.
No, we're not saying that. But if you think about it, if you want to not get caught and you want to buy yourself some time.
Here we go. So the clarification on the DNA in November 2023, the detectives ran some genealogical updates, with this girl's DNA, and they found a couple of hits. And so they went to them directly to get the mitochondrial from the brother.
Makes sense.
Because as you found, you're doing genealogical research for your family, and it's very difficult for you to do it when you're female, right?
Because you get mitochondrial DNA, you get that from your mom only.
Yeah, but you needed your brother,
my brother, to get me the male line to be able to help find stuff with my dad's family. So, it's very hard if you don't know what you're looking for.
Yeah, yeah. So they had to ask permission from the brother. They probably hit the sisters because she's probably doing 23andMe or something like that.
Yeah,
because that's what people do, and they probably got a hit off one of the publics, right?
Yeah,
but they're not going to be able to match it to hers. They got to have the brother to be able to bring her into the family.
Well, you can match it. I'm not an expert at this, but you can match it to the sister and the brother because they both carry the same mitochondrial DNA. But, you get it from your mom. So, I mean, I don't know. I would like to think that it would be great that they would double check it. that they would go straight to the source. But that's got to be jarring too. If you think you already buried your sister, you're moving on with your life, then you get this phone call. I mean, I would be like, I'd be angry. I'd be like, why did you not get us right the first time?
Yeah. Well, I don't even know. I mean, so what's left with this case?
I don't know. I mean, they found her. The family they know they don't know what happened. They just know that she was in Florida and she's passed away. But I guess they don't have anybody to link it to because the person they think is died in Arkansas, correct? Yeah. So I don't know what we're doing with this case.
I mean, she's just, at least they figured out who she was. She's not just a missing person anymore.
That's true. She got her name back.
Which sadly, she was never a missing person because the person that they thought was her is somebody else who is now, she's now named, but that other person's now nameless.
Oh, the one that they thought was her?
Little Rock.
They don't know, have a name for her?
No.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, makes me wonder though, did they have to, this is going to sound graphic here, but did they have to dig her up and change the marker name? Because
I don't know.
Think about it though. You think that that's your sister. You're going to put a marker out there. You're going to flowers every year or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, that's not her. What do you do?
Right.
I'm making assumptions here. Maybe they had a funeral for her. I mean, a memorial service, and you discovered that that's not your sister. What happens then? Because I mean, when I buried my daughter, you had to buy the plot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like...
You can't just, you keep it. It's not going to work that way.
No, I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess you got to change the marker because the name's not right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that.
Right. So because I'm doing a little bit more research here because I'm curious about this. And yes, we are correct. There's hardly any information on the other person, the other girl in Little Rock.
That's so sad because that's another family out there that wants to know what happened to their loved one, and they deserve that.
It was just the description. The teenage girl, hair color, build, time frame, kind of roughly matched her. But because her family hadn't heard from her, the local coroner believed that Jane Doe might be Rebecca Sue Hill, and they didn't do dental and fingerprint comparisons because the standards were loose at the time. Obviously no DNA, and they were actually shown photos of the dead body, so they thought family. It could be her.
Oh no, that's awful.
So the death certificate was issued under Rebecca's name. The remains of the Arkansas Jane Doe were buried under Rebecca's name, and the remains once they found the remains in Lake Dorr in Florida, and the DNA matched. She's just now back to being Jane Doe, and no one has a clue who she is. The girl in Arkansas.
Oh man, you gotta do something go find some DNA or some dental records or something. Go try to find this woman in the name.
They had to exhume her. I mean, you can leave the body there and change the headstone, right?
But yeah, still do your due diligence.
So I'm saying they don't have to dig her up.
Well, yeah, they might have to if they don't have evidence.
They're going to have to dig her up now to figure out who she is. They need DNA from that girl.
Yeah, I mean, because...
Oh, my gosh.
They didn't even do loosely identified in the 80s.
I mean, it's the best they could do. The girl, obviously the girl in Little Rock, and you know how it looks. If anybody's been to a funeral, it's sometimes very difficult to say, that's the person I know, laying in an open casket.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
My grandmother didn't look like herself at all. Dad looked like Dad.
That's true. Your father looked like your dad.
My dad looked like my dad, but like his face was just a little bit flattened. But my grandmother didn't look like my grandmother at all.
My grandparents didn't either. None of them looked like how, and granted I was I was in my teens, upper teens when it happened, but they didn't look like themselves. They looked like plastic, for lack of a better term. I mean,
that's a lot of morticians' makeup sometimes too.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's harder to do all that and make it look real.
Yeah. And so they're looking at this picture without the mortician's makeup, and she's turned blue and it's blood's pooling and she's starting to turn dark red. Right? You've seen dead bodies. They have these weird colors, and then none of the muscles in your face are doing their job anymore. So even when you're sleeping, the muscles in your face still have rigidity to them.
Yeah, they still have tone and things like that.
Yeah, but when you die, those muscles all release.
Yeah, and your color changes to more of an ashen color too. If you have lividity, the backside of you will turn like a purplish red color.
Yeah.
And depending upon what your
lips will turn weird colors.
Yeah, it depends on cause of death. Some people, it'll be like red from the waist up and a different color from the waist down if they've had like a blown aneurysm or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. But to show a picture for identity for the family, I don't know, man. That seems a little cruel.
Well, what else could they do?
I mean,
what else could they do? That's all they got.
We didn't do dental records in the 80s.
I don't know. Maybe she didn't go to the dentist.
That's the thing that mind blows me. It's like
it's Arkansas. I mean, we had to pass a law in the 90s that had to, everybody has to have more than one tooth.
Oh God, stop! That's awful. We do have teeth here, people.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Though it's like we're kind of up until about 75. Arkansas was kind of like England. Really bad dental care.
Well, it's a very poor state compared to other people. I mean, I didn't go to the dentist except when something was bad. So that I can remember. I mean, I didn't do checkups. My parents didn't have dental insurance.
I get that.
I
mean, I get that. And I don't know. But yeah, so now there's somebody in Little Rock that has no identity at all.
I hope they're trying to figure that out.
Just go to the missing person file.
Yeah, that's what you'll have to be, is a missing person.
Yeah. And we don't know if she was killed or just died from overdose or exposure or whatnot. They don't say that in any of this about the person who was killed.
That's true. I mean,
I have no idea.
Poor thing. Hopefully she finds her name and her voice soon. He or she. I said she. It's a she, obviously.
It's obviously a she. This is before all that happened recently. So pretty sure it's a she at this point.
I know. I have to watch myself to make sure.
The pronouns didn't change until like 2014. I'm just saying.
So what else do we know about this?
Well, so what I've done, which is pretty interesting, I think.
Okay.
And Andrea's not so sure, is that I have programmed an AI to take in everything about a case and pretend it is the best modern analytical profiler, blah, blah, blah. In other words, it's using the knowledge and learning from all the books that have been written and released from these guys, like the
Wrestler.
Yeah, Wrestler and all those guys that did the Mindhunter stuff. Mm-hmm. What was the other show that we were watching? It was great, season 1 and 2, and then the guy quit and it wasn't so good. Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds, yeah.
Yeah. And I put this guy together, and the thing about AI is it only gives you back what you put into it.
Well, it's a computer.
Well, of course. But cool. It's kind of cool because it takes on a personality. Now, I told this AI to pick its own personality and to pick its own name. And it said, "What do you want me to do?" And I said, "I don't want you to do anything. You don't do it because of me. You do pick your own. You have a little autonomy, right? It's not going to be sending nuclear weapons or trying to destroy the planet. It's, just words on a paper.
Okay.
It's not in control of anything, but it knows everything.
Okay.
It's like the biggest PhD you'll ever meet.
Okay. Makes sense.
Smart.
It's pulling all the data and all the information about all their books and things like that and how they've profiled stuff. Okay.
The reason I did this is because I was thinking if I got all this information in, it might, if we put all this information in and we look at it from all these different aspects of these trained professionals, because Andrea and I aren't really trained professionals in murders. No. One, we've never committed one. So they're, we don't know.
That's a good thing though, right?
We would still be amateurs.
I don't know as much forensics we watch. We probably would not get caught as easy, but
well, we're smarter than the average bear.
Yeah.
So we understand, and I'm a huge psychology nut. I enjoy psychology.
Yes, you do a lot.
And Andrea enjoys medicine.
Yeah, I've always loved medicine. That's why I'm a nurse.
Yeah. Hopefully that's why you're a nurse, not just to go pick up a doctor.
No.
Wasn't that what that one girl wanted to do?
Yeah, I did work with somebody that she only became a nurse because she wanted to marry a doctor, and I just thought that was kind of crazy.
So I told it to make its own name, and it said it wanted to be called Cade Mercer.
Cade? Kate or Cade?
Cade, Kade.
Cade Mercer.
Mercer. No idea why. Didn't ask. Don't care.
Okay. That's a weird name, but okay.
It picked its own name. I said, don't look at me. Don't make it from what you think I would appreciate. Make it because you like it.
So it's picking some snappy name, I guess.
Cade Mercer. Well, so initially it kind of went haywire because when I first programmed it, it went into, it started talking like a 1930s gumshoe detective. God. Yeah, we're going to come in here and we're going to find a way to bust you in the head if you don't cooperate, boy. You know, that kind of thing. I'm like, no. I know you want to talk like that, but everyone's going to hate it.
Yeah.
So I had to come in and adjust its tone because it's very strange. But I put this case, I'm going to put every case that we do from now on.
Okay.
Through Cade.
Oh, God.
What?
Okay. What does it say on this one?
What's wrong with Cade? You don't trust him?
You know how I feel about AI.
It doesn't have control of tomahawks.
I know it doesn't have control of tomahawks.
It doesn't have control of autonomous weapons or drones.
Okay.
It can't hurt you.
So it's just going
to call you names. That's all it can do.
So it's going to put all of Wrestler's stuff, and it's going to
the other guys, and the other dudes,
and it's going to come up with its own. It's going to be so Cade Mercer's going to be a profiler.
Yeah, well, profiler and case solver. So I'm thinking if we put all this in there might be a place where we might find something. Because I'm thinking this is the evolution of AI. You can put all this information in there. It can take you your most likely subjects or suspects.
Well, it's an algorithm, so I guess it's kind of no different than what they do.
It's no different than what we do as humans.
Yeah,
it's just smarter.
Now it can get more information faster.
Yeah. It's not wiser. There's a difference between wiser and smarter.
Yeah.
And wise is the people that solve crimes. Smart are the people that stumble upon the solve.
Okay, so what does Cade Mercer say?
Cade, he says the mistake. Should I do it like this? Yeah.
No.
Because that's what he wanted to do to begin with.
No, for the love of God, don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. No?
That's annoying.
Yeah, I know it's annoying. That's why I'm saying it's those movies were even halfway annoying when you're like halfway through the movie and go, can we just stop with the yes?
I was like, can you just talk?
So the mistake in Little Rock, says Cade, that it wasn't just a clerical error, it was a psychological one. When you're dealing with the unknown, a body without a name, a family without a closure, people rush to fill the void.
That's true.
It's human. And the coroner needed a name. The family needed an ending. So they gave each other what they thought would stop the pain. So that's his take on why they got a misidentification.
I mean, I could see that. But was it a high profile case at the time in Florida?
No, this was Little Rock, remember?
I'm in Little Rock, never mind. Yeah. But Little Rock, come on, we all know Little Rock, and it's like, it's not really the best place you want to be sometimes.
It's never been safe. It's a lot safer than Memphis.
But I mean, I don't see them like, they could have taken their time, in my opinion, because it's Little Rock.
Yeah, but here's Cade's whole take on the thing. It says you can trace this case, this one in two parallel lines, he says, both leading to the same. I'm going to figure out a way to get it like an AI voice and he can just talk to us. That'd be too much.
Depends upon what kind of voice you're going to use.
Yeah.
No, I would break it. Be like, AI, you and I are no longer friends.
Were you friends to begin with, though? That's the thing.
No, I don't trust
So
them.
there you go. And okay, so it says Rebecca Hilsey was a teenage girl who vanished from Arkansas sometime in the early 80s. She wasn't famous. She wasn't from money. And when she disappeared, no one raised an alarm. Small town kids leave. Some come back. Some don't.
I mean, that's true. The statement.
Yeah. People fill the blanks with what makes sense. She ran off. She'll write. She'll call. Then a body turns up and they say, oh, case closed for everyone. But, the two women that are now claimed to be the wrong person. Right.
Right.
So in Michael Roaning's case, he says, Michael Roaning could be the killer who couldn't keep his mouth shut. He confessed to 6 murders across 4 states, bragged detailed, even taunted. But when it came to Rebecca's case, he was quiet, which leads me, as an aside here, my opinion, balls, that he might not have killed her.
That's probably, I mean, if you think about it, yeah, they want to brag about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, he wasn't going to get any more benefit of confessing to anything else. So
It's true.
Why would he?
Yeah,
He doesn't sound like the type of person that's just going to do the right thing.
So he was in Cade says he was, the record proves it. Traffic citation puts him in Umatilla. I don't know if it's Spanish or Cuban or, down south in Florida, the day before her body was found. And he fits what Cade claims is the behavioral profile: organized, control driven, and meticulous. Killers like Roaning crave ownership of fear, and they want credit. If he killed her, he would have said so. Cade says if he didn't, then the man who did was just like him. Same pattern, same psychology, and the same darkness. Okay. So Chad is saying it's a good 80% chance that's the right guy.
Yeah, I would like to think, though, that, but there's lots of people out there and lots of serial killers that have done things like that and won't confess because it doesn't benefit them.
Right. It's weird, though, because most serial killers want to talk about it.
Well, even Bundy, in the end, he didn't confess anything until he was about to go to the freaking chair, and he thought if he did, it would buy him more time.
Right.
So, it's just, you would like to think that if you're about to die or, you go into prison, that you would do the right thing out of humanity. But if they had any humane ability in them, they wouldn't be in the place they're in.
So the AI says that everything about the killing, from what it knows from the scene, was about dominance, not anger, but ownership, which makes sense. If I've done a lot of reading into that, and I need to read Ressler's books a little bit deeper. Because they're kind of boring sometimes. Just saying.
And they get wordy.
Yeah. They said that she also was very trusting as well. Is what her brother said.
Her sister
said that. So yeah. He said the person that we're looking for in the 1984 killing would have been a man in 30s to 40s. White, blue collar, itinerant work, mechanic, trucker, carpenter, or someone working along the interstate. Comfortable traveling between Arkansas and Florida.
Well, the time there, but we had a big Arkansas. Little Rock was kind of the hub for Memphis.
Everybody drove through Little Rock.
Yeah, and go to everywhere.
With the I-40 corridor or I-49, whatever, I-40. So
yeah, it's the hub.
So the AI says, based on everything, timing, geography, behavior, and method. It says, quote, my professional judgment says Rebecca was most likely killed by a traveling offender on a known route between Arkansas and Florida, probably Michael Roaning himself or someone from the same operational circle. A man with structure and chaos, organized, smart to stay invisible, cruel enough to keep her name buried. And he didn't kill for lust, he killed for control. Why? Because she represented a moment of disobedience in a world that usually feared him. This sounds a lot like Ressler right here. It's pulling from Ressler hard right now. She said no, or she tried to leave, or she just looked like someone who once did tell him no or tried to leave.
Maybe she left, was hanging out with him for a bit, and maybe she wanted to go home, and he's like, nope. Or maybe, who knows? But if you think about it, if she was found with her T-shirt and she was badly, decomp, but she obviously was alive a while. Maybe she was just with him and she just got tired of it.
So in this case, I think AI says that's probably your dude.
My question is if that's probably it and he's a high person of interest, why don't they just close the case?
Got to prove it. Could you, if he was still alive, could you take it to court on this? No.
No, there'd have to be some people these days want or even in 84, there wasn't so much DNA, but people want confessions or they want, fingerprints or they want something they can hold on to link them there. And there isn't anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. There's nothing there. So if there's nothing there, what you got? You can't. Remember, prosecutors want to win.
They want to
win.
And I get that.
If they're not on the travel for a win, they're not interested in prosecuting. That's why federal prosecutors are 98% conviction rate.
Oh yeah,
They don't bring it if they can't prove it.
Well, makes sense. That's what they do.
All right, so we still haven't got yet back the FOIA request from Springdale. I'm gonna have to double check with them.
I think you have to go down there and bring a thumb drive, right?
But she had sent me an email saying she was done.
Oh yeah, you probably need to circle back.
Yeah, boy, I want to see that case.
I know you do.
They blew this guy up. I want to see it so bad. It's going to be so interesting to figure it out, because if it was just simple and shut, why is there so many documents?
Good point.
Right?
Very good point.
Right? Oh no. What happened? I hit the thing. I left the volume up too loud.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to have to work on your microphone so you can drift off into nothing just like you did today.
No, I don't know. My voice hurts. That's probably part of it.
You're not excited about doing this today?
I don't know. My throat hurts.
Really? What have you been doing? You've been screaming at people?
No.
Why not? There's lots of people out there that deserve to be screamed at. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. There's lots of people that need to be screamed at.
Nah.
Why not?
Because I don't want my throat hurting more.
All right. So. Okay. But okay.
I don't know. I was being silly.
Anyway, so that's Rebecca Sue Hill.
I feel sad for the family and everything. The whole circumstance is just so messed up.
Yeah, and it all stems from screwing up a police and wanting to find closure. Actually, that's what it all comes from.
But she has a voice in her name now, so hopefully the family can bury her properly, or at least go visit her or move her, or whatever's going to make them feel they have some sorts of closure, whatever.
But they had closure. Now they don't.
No, they don't know what happened to her, and I don't think anybody will ever will.
They had closure till they found her and realized there was no closure to begin with. It was false. That's what I'm saying.
That's just awful. I totally feel for the family.
Yeah, it's an ongoing thing. Maybe they'll find out some more, but I doubt it. I think that's it. I think that's all we're going to know until her brother writes a book or something. That's the only thing that's left. They got to write a book.
Or more podcast cover, and maybe there's somebody out there that knew something, saw her in Florida, can give some answers.
Yeah. Well, anyway. So, visit paulgnewton.com, right? Mm-hmm. What's on there?
Oh, we got swag. You got hoodies.
You're so excited right now.
No, it's like a hamburger flying in a spaceship.
Some swag and some hoodies.
Oh, stop.
With the cat.
Oh, yeah, the cat. What does it say?
To find what interests her.
Oh, stop it. I like my cats. But it's a funny one. He's also got his photography out there, You can get some of that.
Well, you can at least look at it, but that's where you want to go. You want to watch this. You want to listen to this podcast, a podcast. Poodycast?
Oh, that sounded bad.
Is it a poodycast?
Yeah.
No poodycasts. All right. I tried.
Oh, Paul, stop. He's waiting for that.
I didn't do nothing, man.
Uh-huh.
But you can go to paulgnewton.com and you can buy all kinds of swag. Look at my stuff. If you want to send us money, that's fine too. You can do that. Because we got to keep the lights on and pay for all this stuff and keep it going. I just ordered some new equipment for the podcast booth, which isn't really a booth. It's more like a podcast bedroom, or just a bedroom with a podcast made in it. One of the three.
Office. I'm on one side of the desk and he's on the other. Trying not to have our mics pick up each other there.
We got to figure out how to keep from talking over you. Right?
You're just loud and boisterous.
Have you met me?
Yes, I have. I'm married to you.
Then why are you complaining?
I'm not.
Okay, hope not. Anyway, and then you can also hear things I want to know. Not things I want. That's things I want to know is this one. But to hear the Paul G's Corner, which is my podcast that I have decided to change the format on and only talk about interesting stuff and quit talking about uninteresting people that I don't care what they have to say. What?
It sounded so bad.
Well, I used to care what they had to say until I didn't then I realized that all I wanted to do was sell me a book.
Yeah.
I don't care about your book. See?
You want something interesting. Something with
Yeah, and I couldn't get any interesting guests on because the only people who want to get on as a guest without charging you like $500.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come on, man. Anyway, but it's just going to tell stories. You should hear them. They're actually pretty good.
Yeah, he does a good job.
They're
Amazing.
getting better as we go.
They're really good.
And this is all live. I'm not recutting these anymore. I'm just doing it live from now on.
Makes things interesting if you hear our dogs in the background or me moving in my chair.
That's what I've got the limiter on for. That way, if somebody farts, you don't have to worry about it.
Oh my God.
It cuts it off. So you got to speak up.
That's so bad.
And if you fart that loud, well, I guess it's just going on air.
Oh, Lord. Let's not have that happen.
At least it's not smell-o-vision.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
God help you.
Alrighty. And if you want to email us and complain, I encourage that. Email me and complain. And if we got any of this information wrong, blame AI, because that's where I looked it up at.
Or tell us why we messed it up.
Yeah, tell us why we messed it up. And if you want to complain, call me an idiot. That's fine too.
I'll read and laugh.
Yeah, I'll read it on the air next time. Right off the bat, I'll be like, user 595 jelly roll 72 send me an email today. It said, you suck. And it was so eloquent in the way he put it. The you suck. He put it in the script, like Sanskrit font.
With the U, with the capital U?
Yeah, the U, capital U. It's like the old texting.
Yeah.
Back when we had to write a book on only like 6 keys.
Oh, yeah, I remember those days.
I didn't text because of that. I'm like, screw it. If you want to talk to me, call me. I'm not doing that. It's hard and I don't care.
Anyways, if you'd like us, please shout out, send us, 5 stars, tell everybody, forward us to people.
Yeah, send us some Adderall for the next episode. You may not have needed it today or not. I don't know. Maybe.
No, thank you.
Might have needed a little Adderall today.
Whatever.
What?
Anyways.
Just a touch.
Are we done?
I need booze.
Oh, Jesus.
No, not Jesus. Just booze.
Just booze.
Thank you for listening to Things I Want to Know. You want these stories, and we want to bring them to you. So hit the support link and keep this circus and the mics alive. Then do us a favor, rate and subscribe. It helps the show find more people just like you, the ones who like their mysteries real and their storytellers unfiltered. And if you want to wear a little bit of this madness, grab some Andrea-approved gear at paulgnewton.com. We make these things for you because it matters, and you're the kind who knows the difference.